well, aren't y'all the first or the real or they the fake one or the second or this and ain't that his other family? And once you don't create division, it's very difficult for others to do so. Is what I've learned personally.
Assalamu alaikum, peace. I'm Coach Nazir.
And I'm his wife, Coach Fatimah.
And I'm Coach Nyla. I am also his wife.
We are the founders of Outstanding Personal Relationships, as well as the authors of the book, Let's Talk Polygyny, Uncensored. With that, we want to share with you today best practices when it comes to taking care of the health of your marriage. So we're going to be dealing with sharing 3 different examples of games that are played with polygynous marriages or relationships. So that means whether that's the husband playing the games, wife playing the games, or co-wives between each other playing games or being petty or starting mess, sometimes it helps when you disassociate from a situation and look at it from the outside, because you might not know that you're the one doing that thing, all right? And we like to many times point the finger at somebody else when in reality, we may be involved in that as well. So with that being said, we're gonna discuss, from these different areas. So which one do we wanna start with first?
Let's talk about the women being petty too. I know women don't want to hear this. Let's talk about the women being petty to their husbands, especially in polygyny, where one of the things I've seen is that when co-wives, or not co-wives, when the wife do a kind of a comparison to the husband to try to get him to choose sides. Like, well, if it was, if your other wife did this, you wouldn't be acting this way, or well, I make your food like this, and so just real little snippy remarks or comments, and a comparison type way where you're trying to get him to choose a side or to choose a favorite, so to speak.
It ain't even choosing the favorite, it's to lean more toward you, the one that's complaining, is what she means by choosing the side. I'll take it. All right, so I'll talk about the men's side. So unfortunately, there are men that like to keep a mess just as much as women. And again, just in general, not that women just always like to keep a mess. That's not the case. But usually when we think of pettiness and stuff like that, men, at least those who will practice polygyny and want to do it in a noble way, are striving to be something better. They don't really have a lot of time for the little things. So with that being said, you have the guy that's doing a similar thing. He's like, oh, yeah, I mean, this food is good, but the way sister such and such, my other wife make it, or you feel all this comfort and peace, you displaying this like, oh, you just can't measure up, like, you doing this competition type thing, as though the person doesn't have feelings, as though you just the bomb and you got everything all figured out, those type of things, you're tearing down your family. You know what I'm saying? Versus what you think you're doing is trying to create something to build them up, but there's different ways to do that. You can do it positively, you can do it negatively. I remember a mentor telling me that, there's several different ways to build the tallest building. All right, one, you can build it, you can get in there and do the thing and make sure it's solid and you build it. The other is try to tear every other one down so that your little hut is the tallest.
We'd like to interrupt this video to let you guys know to make sure you are registered for the Women's Polygyny Masterclass. Yes, it's our 4-part Polygyny Masterclass with your coaches, Coach Nyla
and Coach Fatimah.
And we are going to talk about different things in preparing and thriving and growing in polygyny.
Yeah, and your co-wife connection. Everybody asks us, so we're going to go there. We're going to talk about all those things. We really hope you guys join us.
So make sure you click the link in the description and don't forget to register. We'll see you soon. I'll let you get back to the video.
So being petty, running back and forth, trying to compare or trying to say this and that, and, to wind things up between them to keep that going, making you, feel like you're more of a man, that's actually really weak.
Yeah, I think I'll touch on the co-wife pettiness because there's so much of that. Some of it is actually laughable because I'm wondering oftentimes what grade we're in because some of it is so immature and so hurtful, and some can be downright evil with their actions toward or against one another. Now, some might not accept it, but you are indeed in the same family. Maybe you don't feel that family bond just yet, but that doesn't mean you're not going to. With that being said, trying to create division within family, even though you might not be where you would like to be, or maybe you don't want to be there at all, but to knock somebody else down because they're trying to bring forth bonding and togetherness is another way to be really petty and downright, in some cases, evil. Because to try to dismantle a family by saying hurtful things to your co-wife, and we've had this done to us, unfortunately, from outer sources. Well, aren't y'all the first or the real, or they the fake one, or the second, or this, and ain't that his other family? And once you don't create division, it's very difficult for others to do so, is what I've learned personally. I said, no, we all as family, one big ask family, okay? But a lot of people don't want to hear that, and that's okay. That's a they thing, not a you thing. Another quick one is the co-wife that's bragging or the trying to be the perfect one. It's, I do this and I do all of this stuff, and you'll say one thing and the other one will go, well, I do all of it. And I'm like, it's very obvious when that does happen because there's insecurities being spoken to in that moment, and there's a lot of projection of insecurity. So for one thing, one wife will say, the other one will say 30 things that she's accomplished in her lifespan to make the other one feel as though, well, I was this and my grade point average was woo woo, and I'm a double, triple, quadruple PhD and da da da. And it's just like, girl, let me know when you gonna finish telling me how amazing you are and how stupid I am. So I've been in rooms where this has happened, and I'm just like, this is a mess. And it is to seemingly make the other one look dumber, less smart, less accomplished than the other one. And that is very evil and hurtful when it is deliberate. Now, some people are just merely saying what they accomplished, and that's fine, but we reach a point where it becomes braggadocious, and that's not attractive. So at all. And it's absolutely not attractive to men that have more than one wife. And they sit here and watch one just sit up and brag and brag and brag and brag and brag. I have never, and I don't know too many people that have been attracted to somebody that is full of themselves.
They might be full of other stuff.
And they definitely full of other stuff. They're full of sugar, honey, iced tea.
Prayerfully, you got the message. There are many different games that get played. And of course, we deal with minding your marriage, all right, but also mining your marriage, meaning that you're digging, you're getting the jewels, you're working on it, right? Because we share many times how we want the harvest in something, but we didn't cultivate it, nor do we plant the right seeds. See, the crazy thing is that weeds don't need to be planted at all.
Help to grow either.
You know what I'm saying? Not at all. That is going to happen, right? So you got to prune your garden, but first you got to plant good seed. Then you got to cultivate that over time if you want a good harvest. That's just a part of natural growth, just like the changing in the seasons. The difference is the season's going to change with or without you. So it's up to you to be intentional with your alignment. So with that, prayerfully got some good stuff. We look forward to sharing more with you. Let us know your thought in the comments. And if you made it this far in the video, let us know. We appreciate all of you seeing the whole video. Leave the word game. Game. G-A-M-E. Game. All right, y'all. Peace. We're going to end with some GLC.
Make sure you are growing intentionally,
loving fearlessly,
and connecting on a high level
every single day.
Assalamu alaikum. Peace. Here are 3 ways outstanding personal relationships can help you.
Make sure you guys are following us on our social medias at Outstanding Personal Relationships on YouTube and Facebook, and on IG at Outstanding Relationships, and also Clubhouse under our names.
And make sure you go to outstandingpersonalrelationships.com and sign up for our email list. And there you will get updates on our new book, Let's Talk Polygyny Uncensored.
Absolutely. And last but not least, when it comes to coaching or counseling, if you want to work with us one-on-one or in group settings, make sure you're on that website and reach out to us, because we do have very limited spots and we usually have a wait list. So with that being said, GLC.
Make sure you are growing intentionally,
loving fearlessly,
and connecting on a higher level every single day. Assalamu alaikum. Peace.
Peace.